It's been 2 weeks since the Gills have been at Priceless Stadium. We've been twice up in the northwest and we've won 4 points on our journeys, but we're back home at Priestfield now for our game against Chesterfield this afternoon here on German Gills. Welcome to the German Gills Show. I'm going to be your host, Reese, to take you through every step of today's game against Chesterfield. Obviously, they are newly promoted, so they're back in the league as well. So any Chesterfield fans here, thank you very much for stopping by on this German Gills Show. C&A Building Products are our sponsor for this season. If you have any building projects going on at the moment and you are a Gills season ticket holder, you can head to the website down below, check out all the products available in C&A Building Products, and when you check out with your Gills season ticket, you can get 10% off your order. Now, let's head over to Luke's 11.
Hello and welcome to Luke's 11, which is sponsored by C&A Building Products. After 3 long away games, we find ourselves back at Priestfield to take on last season's National League winners, Chesterfield. We find ourselves top of the table and 7 points after keeping 2 clean sheets and picking up 4 valuable points on the road. It seems like an absolute eternity since we hosted Carlisle in the first game of the season, and I'm hoping we can build on that momentum coming into the game unbeaten today. I think it's a key to remember. We still haven't found our feet as of yet and not played our best, but we have 2 clean sheets on the road, and I think that's massive for the boys and will give them a real sense of belief going into today's game. The amount of injuries we've had to key players and still been able to grind out results is a testament to the attitude of the squad, and I'm hoping that some of the players who have been on the sidelines and have suffered injuries can make it onto the bench. So let's look at Chesterfield, who are also unbeaten in the league. They've drawn against Swindon and Salford and took Crewe to the cleaners, putting 5 past last season's playoffs finalists. No doubt, I think they'll be in for a shout of promotion this season and will be a stern test for the Gills. So let's get down to the 11. So at the time of this recording, there seems to be news that Jake Turner has suffered an injury and is going to be out for a spell. So we're going to go with the Cat, Glenn Morris, to start in goal. In defence, Romeo Hutton, Max Amar, Shad Oji and Max Clark. In midfield, Robbie McKenzie, Armani Little, Jack Nolan, Johnny Williams and Aaron Rowe. And I'm going to go with a bit of a bold striker option today. And I think he's going to be Joe Gabode, just because I think he gives us that bit of muscle up top. He's an aerial threat. He'll be able to hold up the play and bring in the midfielders in. So I think he's got that little bit of something and that bit of physicality. So I'm going to go with him up top today. And a score prediction, 1-1. Aaron Rowe to score for the Gills. Let's hope for more, but with the current injuries we do have against a very good side, I think it's going to be a close game. Wesgate Gills.
Seems like a long time since we've spoken to you, Adam. You're obviously at Priestfield Stadium this afternoon. What do you make about our matchup this afternoon against Chesterfield? And do you suspect Gills can get 3 points at home?
Well, good afternoon to everyone and yourself, Reese. It's a tricky one, isn't it? Because these promoted teams coming from the National League quite often do well. You don't seem to see many that actually drop back down or even get in danger. And I do think Chesterfield will continue strong in League 2, so I wouldn't be overly disappointed considering our injuries with a draw. I do want to win. I do think we can get a win. But probably more importantly, we've got Bradley Dack on the bench again. So I would imagine that, and I've said this all along, as soon as he's on the bench, he'll play some minutes, I think. I think they'll just want to excite the fans, get him pumping, see what he can do. I don't think it'll be longer than 10 or 20 minutes. I wouldn't be shocked if it was 10 minutes. But I am actually really pleased to see Lapsley start because he's been on the transfer list. He looks good up front, assuming that he's playing up front, and I suspect he will. But he's really dealt with it well, and I think he gives us more of a goal threat. So we've started off strongly. 2 wins, 1 draw, no goals conceded on the road. And Carlisle were a pretty hard opening game, so I'm happy at the moment. Let's just see how we keep going. We're going to have loads more fit players by the end of September, start of October. So if in this period we can accumulate quite a few points, all the better. Wesgate Gills.
And of course, we've got the German Gills fan zone. Fans have been reaching out about our match this afternoon. Let's hear what they have to say.
Good morning, Reece. Hope you're well. The result today is going to be a 3-1 win to the Gills, and it's going to be Darren Oldacre own goal. Jacob Wakeling and Johnny Williams. Up the Gills, Wesgate Gills. Come on.
Good morning, Reece. Chris from the View from the Medway here. Hope you're well, mate. Gills back at home today after what feels like forever away. Looking forward to the game, and I think we're going to win 1-0. Let's get Gills.
Hi, Reece. Been here. We're walking down to Priestfield now just to watch the Gills take on Chesterfield for the first half-time kick-off of the season. I think Gills going to win 3-1 today. I think Jack Logan's going to score, Johnny Williams and Bradley Dack off the bench in the last 10 minutes for his debut for the Gills. I hope we can bring home the 3 points today. We need it after the 2 back-to-back draws, but the clean sheets are really nice. Lost Gills Gills.
Hello Reece, hope you're okay. I'm good. So hopefully today against Chesterfield we can continue our unbeaten run. I reckon Gillingham will win 2-1 today. Hopefully Dak can come into the squad soon as well. It'll be exciting to see him. And the new goalkeeper we signed from Fulham online, he looks decent, so he'll be good to help us on the road to try and, do well. But this season. But I reckon that 2-1 today, and come on you Gills, let's get the victory and let's continue our run for the League 2 title.
Good morning, Reece. Ben here, just parked up at Priestfield for this afternoon's game with Chesterfield at home. It's very rare I say good morning, to be fair, for a 12:30 kickoff. But hope you are well, hope you had a fantastic week. Live on Sky Sports for this afternoon's game. So, my prediction for today's game, I'm going to go for a 2-1 Gills win. I'm going to say George Lapsley's going to score for us, and I reckon Mr. Jacob Wakeling is going to come off the bench and get the winner for us. But it is nice to see a certain number 23, Mr. Bradley Dack, back on the bench. Hopefully he'll get some minutes. But more importantly, let's hope 3 points. And Los Gills.
Let's head over to Priestfield Stadium for today's live match reaction. Los Gills! So we're about to get underway here at the Priestfield Stadium. Big shout out to our sponsor, C&A Building Products. The link to the website can be found in the description down below. And a big shout out to Craig as well, as going for a 1-0 humble victory here at home. Hopefully getting a clean sheet, but also acknowledges the injuries that we have. But we've got a couple of players back actually, surprisingly, on the bench. So, and Dax on the bench. That's exciting. So we're actually, again, for the second home game in a row, shooting towards the rainbow of the first half. So hopefully we can get something from this game. But let's see how it unfolds. Chesterfield got a free kick in a very dangerous position. You got Banks and Oldacre standing over the ball. I don't know who's going to take this one, but Chesterfield have just been all over Gillingham in the first 3 minutes of this game as Oldacre's in the couple of potatoes. Takes a shot towards goal and it's hit the bar. Looks like it's gone over the line. And has it gone over the line? It hasn't, and it's just been cleared. My goodness me, Oldacre with an absolute fantastic free kick. And I've got to say, from the angle I have, which isn't side on, I appreciate it did look like it might have crept over the line, but my goodness me, Gills got away with that one because we have not been at the game at all the first 3 or so minutes of this game. What a free kick that was from Oldacre. My goodness me, let's watch this one more time. There's a bit of wind, a bit of tailwind behind as well that might have an impact on this, and it's a great free kick. It's dipping down, and it's a close one. And who was it that went up afterwards? I think that was Grigg who went for it. It was cleared away in the end by Gills, and we have got away with one there. Ball spun over to the right-hand side, and Chesterfield again are on the attack. They really have the strength in this first few minutes of the game, and Gills going to find a way to get this clear. They haven't, and Chesterfield again should have put it in the back of the net. My goodness me, Gillingham are all over the place at the moment and showing no signs of quality all over the park, and Chesterfield currently arguably should be a goal up. It's good work by Chesterfield and a good layback there. And I think that is McCanday who took that shot for Chesterfield. Just wherever the bar would be disappointed in from at least the target. But Gills again on the back foot. So Gills got a free kick over the left-hand side. We've actually got a little bit of territory for a change. And Gills looking to deliver it in the box from the left-hand side. We've got playing against the wind at the moment. And that might make it tricky. He might hang the ball up in the air. We have to see from this free kick as it goes into the box. Can we get something on the target? We certainly can, and we've they've scored! And Gills has scored through Mackenzie, I think that is. And Chesterfield have had 2 cracking good chances at the start of this game. Have to rue that because Gills are the team that have got 1 up in this first half just after 7 minutes. What a ball that was into the box. My goodness me. And Gills have gone 1-0 up through a header through Mackenzie. He controlled that so well. I can't wait to see this one again because that was absolutely fantastic bit of work. Let's watch this again. It's a bit of it's a good ball in the box. Look at that, floats in. Mackenzie's a free man. He's in a free man. Goalkeeper boot has no chance. And Gills are 1-0 up. Go on, other angle one more time. Float into the box. Back of the net. 1-0. Well, Gills have won the ball again in danger position. It's Mackenzie running through and it's Wiley on the ball. Gills surely can't get a second, can they? Oh, they nearly did it. Nolan took the shot and it's gone wide and it's Gillingham. Now suddenly the opportunity to go 2 up and double their lead. Arguably they should have done, but nonetheless, wow, Mackenzie's had a right good few minutes and nearly contributed to 2 goals for the Gills. Wow, what an exciting first few minutes we've had at Priestfield this afternoon. Still 1-0. Just when they come down this right-hand side, Gills' defensive work to do it. It's a good ball into the box. Very dangerous for Gillingham. Chesterfield could get a good opportunity to hit the ball in the back of the net, and they've hit the post. My goodness me. Gills got away with that one. Oh, wow. Chesterfield arguably deserve a goal in this game now, and Gills have got away with another shot there that's come off the woodwork, and it still remains Gillingham 1, Chesterfield 0. Well, Nolan's got the ball over the left-hand side. Oh, that's a really poor ball, and we don't need this now when we've only got about a minute left until half-time, and Chesterfield are coming through, and Gills on the back foot as they try and get a goal. There's a block shot in the end. It was Markande who took the shot, and I've got to say it's a really poor pass from Nolan, who's been relatively good this game so far. But Gillingham, again, just showing a little bit of fragility there and maybe just trying to hope to get through the half-time a goal to the good as Chesterfield have taken this corner short. We'll keep this one going as Gills invited this pressure on very, very easily. It goes into the box, head of the way in the air, I think by Mackenzie. It's going to be picked up by Gordon, looking to recycle it one more time, but I wonder if the attack's going to be over here, and that's going to go out for a throw-in. And that is half-time. So, half-time, it is Gillingham 1, Chesterfield 0, and on the line, we have Adam Wesgate.
Good afternoon.
So, 1-0 up. How'd you make of the game so far?
Well, it's not been one for the faint-hearted, but in a really good way. It's been exciting. Doesn't feel like a 1-0, and to be honest, we took the lead kind of against the run of play, but I think we've just about been good value for the lead, but both teams are going for it. There's going to be more goals in this game, I think. I hope not. I mean, 1-0 will suit us just fine, but I think there will be. I am enjoying the attacking play, though.
No, absolutely. And what did you make of the goal? It was a lovely delivery in from the left-hand side and a great header from Mackenzie.
He does just pop up in those places, doesn't he? He did. Classic one was the opening game of last season against Stockport, where he drilled it in, and he does tend to do those a fair bit. So I do think with our centre midfield, we've moved them up slightly further forward compared to the last few games where I thought we tried to play our defence with them. It was a little bit slow. Coleman could do that, but the others not. So we're looking better going forward, but we are exposing the defence a little more, which worries me a bit. But I think we're doing the right thing at the moment.
So with that in mind, how do you see the second half unfolding? More of the same, or are we going to look to be a bit tighter or go for the second?
I think we're going to go for the second at first. I think if the game progresses and it stays 1-0, I think we'll more likely tighten up, but we'll tighten up quicker if Chesterfield aren't going for it. And I have a feeling that Chesterfield will go for it more and more and more. And I've got this feeling that Bonner, not that he'll go gung-ho, but I have a feeling he'll try and keep the pressure on. It just seems to be his instinct. Early days, but that's just my viewing of what he's done so far. He doesn't seem to shut up shop until right at the end, does he?
No, he doesn't. And actually, that he's probably been told to be that kind of attacking player compared to what we had last season, right?
Yeah, absolutely. We've struggled for goals ever since the last Steve Evans season. So it's actually been quite a while. That was the first post-pandemic season. And we've really, what did we have? Was it 13 goals at home that season? And then it just continued with sort of maybe a bit better than that, but it's been bad, isn't it?
Well, hopefully we can get a couple of goals in the second half, and we'll speak to a happy Adam Wesgate at full time.
I hope so. See you then.
So we are about to get underway for the second half. Big shout out to our other supporters of the channel, which is Viper Golf, who make fantastic retro golf shirts. The link to their website can be found in the description down below. And if you use the code GG5, you can get £5 off your order. And there's another thing, by the way, since the club aren't uploading any full match replays, I do put these games now as full match replays. So if you join as a member of this German Jewish channel, you have access to the full games if you so desire. Anyway, let's see if Gillingham can walk away with 3 points this afternoon. Good work by Chesterfield and Gills on the back. There's a crossfield pass over to the right-hand side, and it's picked up by Daly Campbell into the box. It's a good goal by Chesterfield, and they have equalled things up. But it's been given as offside, and I really gotta say, that's fantastic passing work by Chesterfield, and Gillingham have been very lucky not to concede this game so far, because that was really lovely bit of football from Chesterfield. So watch this one more time. It's picked up, started off by Will Grigg, who laid it off the pass. It's a good crossfield pass. Didn't quite see who did that. It was possibly Gordon, but it was then Daly Campbell put it across the box, and unfortunately for McCanday, unfortunately for Gillingham, that goal has been chalked off for offside. But this ball was lovely. Look at this. Good vision. And yeah, Glenn Morris, no matter what happens there, would never be saving that. And Gills get away with that one. Gills now coming forward on this right-hand side. Can we use this advantage here? We've got two players in the centre in Clark and Wiley, but Chesterfield have managed to win this ball back and clear their lines down the centre of the park, but Lapsley's going to pick this one up. We'll keep the highlight going. If Gills can get his attack on, we might be able to recycle this as it goes over to Max Clark on this left-hand side. He puts it into the box, and Gills have a chance here. Head towards goal. We've hit the post! And Lapsley's hit the post. My goodness me. Gills have a great opportunity to get 2 goals. Oh, and, you know, it's a game with so many chances, but only 1 goal to show for all of them. And Chesterfield are on the attack, I think, down this left-hand side, and that is going to be a free kick and a yellow card again for Maxima, and I fear he's going to be sent off because he's just had a yellow card early for a tackle on Dobber. It's all happening now. I think we are about to see the curtains, and the day is over for Maxima as he stands up. The ref's got 2 cards there. Oh dear, it's going to be an interesting last half an hour, this one now, with only 10 men on the pitch, and hopefully we can get something from this, but 10 men is going to be a real challenge against a strong Chesterfield expressive side. Maxima has been sent off. It's a good ball over to the right-hand side, and Daly Campbell's controlled that well. He's got Naylor in support, who looks like he can deliver the ball himself. He doesn't. And what he does, he puts it on the floor instead of on the deck. And Markande is going to try and find a bit of space to get the shot away. He can't quite do it. Gills holding tight at the moment. It goes back up to Daly Campbell one more time and back to Naylor. Gills just holding this pretty well at the moment, but one good pass through just like this, it could all unravel as it goes across the box. It's going to be danger for Gills, and eventually we get it clear. And just with 10 men on the pitch, Gills is still holding on to this at the moment, but I've got to say, we can't do this for another 20 minutes because it's going to be a real tough ask. And Chesterfield, not only do they think they could probably get themselves a goal, they probably think they can go and get themselves the winner. My goodness me, Gills really on the back foot. Banks to the ball, pass it over to the right hand side. I think there's a Jacobs cut on the inside. Gills got to be careful there. There's going to be an opportunity for Chesterfield. They've got to get the block, and there's going to be a shot, and it's collected by Glenn Morris. And I've got to say, since the red card and since, you know, the last 25 minutes, it has been mainly Chesterfield. But Gillingham are defending excellently well currently. I don't want that to be the kiss of death, but we are holding ourselves all considering, but we have less outlet, it seems, at the top. So we're trying to see this 1-0 through. But so far, fingers crossed, it does come through. And Chesterfield going to come forward here. A lot of Gillingham players committed to that attack, and we could be on the back foot here. There needs to be a decent tackle here, and it's opened up here. And Chesterfield, I don't believe it, have hit the crossbar, and it's a shot again. The attack is still on. It's gone over the bar, and I just don't know how Chesterfield have not scored in this game. It is unbelievable. It was a massive mix-up at the back for Gillingham. Glenn Morris committed to this through ball. It's a lovely through ball, and the Gills players all over the place. And Naylor, the captain, just got a little bit too much on it and smashed it against the crossbar. A couple of block shots there, and eventually, luckily for Gillingham, the final shot there from Berry just went over the bar. And I don't believe it, but it could well be Gillingham's day today. It is still 1-0. Oh, that's really poor work from Gillingham when we should have just cleared our lines. Can we regain possession and make something of this? We just need to run into the corner. That's all we need to do. Get it at the corner, Jolly Williams. Good work. The ball over the top. Andrew's going to chase as the goalkeeper's out of position and he's headed it up. Can Andrews take advantage of this and get it down? He's been tackled there. And it could be another card here for the Chesterfield player. And he's been sent off. And they're both teams down to 10 men. My goodness me. And Andrews did get taken down there. I'd love to see a replay of that. But it does mean Chesterfield are also matched with the amount of Gillingham players on the pitch as well. It is 10 aside with a few minutes to play. Let's watch it one more time. There's a ball over the top by Johnny Williams. And the goalkeeper boot came out, headed it up, got caught out a little bit there. And it's Dunkley who, he's got a second yellow for that. That's an interesting one. I think half the referees give that as a yellow, half don't. I would like to see, I saw it clearly there. I don't know. I'm not, I don't know. I just don't know. But what I do know is Chesterfield now have 10 men. And that is full time. And Gillingham, with the most of second half, with 10 men, have pulled out with 3 points. Fantastic work from the Gills, and that's our second home win of the season. But I'm going to give the final word over to Adam Wesgate. Come on!
Well, that was not quite the second half we were expecting. Oh my goodness, where to begin? I mean, it started off, and it's long forgotten now because I'm just trying to get my head around it. It felt like kind of a second half of two halves. So the first, up until the EMA send-off, which I think was about 63 minutes, they were on top. We needed to make some changes. I think Chesterfield were exploiting the weakness in our midfield quite effectively. We go down to 10 men, and all of a sudden they seem to not drop off, but something changed. Something with Chesterfield. And you could sense a bit of frustration, which really came out in extra time. They lost their heads. No idea why. They probably would have got one more chance out of that, maybe two if they were lucky. But it only needs one to score, and they looked like they could do that. So I don't know what happened with them. But for us, silly sending off with EMA, even more silly sending off for them. We battled really well when we went down to 10 men, but that could so easily have been, I think if it had been 11v11, it might even have gone to 1-1, weirdly. Something happened with Chesterfield, don't know what, but we're still playing well, we're still digging in. Can't complain, hopefully that all continues at Doncaster. So, Wesgate's Gills.